Okay, for our manager and different department manager, as a upper races, we did not want to work for lower races because of our paycheck. As upper races, we did not want lower races to work for us because of our paycheck. We find that people with the same value and the same manner to be our part of the group, no matter discrimination law existed. We all know that some African women and some of our American and Chinese women will not work out together. They did not even want to talk to each other. And what is the point? We need to hire them and work for us, or we need to work for them as their employee. Discrimination law present, but we look like we violate the discrimination law and do not obey the law. But reality is we cannot even walk along, get along, or walk along, get along with each other. And we need to hire and work for us, or we need to work for them. We need to get higher and we need to hire them and work for us, or we need to work for them. The law present, but the law did not work on us on those situations. But that situation is every time, and discrimination laws will occur all the time at work. We all know that it is our pride and African are decade of slave. How about Indian? The same for us. How about Vietnamese, Filipino, Thailand, and Myanmar? They are lower races for us. We know that forward people are doing prostitute way to get paycheck or to get our family and relative as their boyfriend, girlfriend, or husband and wife. We did not have such good minded and we all know that they are using prostitute way to us. Third war, Korean are the same as fourth war people. And the third war Japanese and the second war Chinese are using Asian way, innocent and simple manner, not South Asian, and try to get our family and relative as uh so third war Japanese. Japanese are doing the same like Korean too. But second war Chinese. Some of the Chinese, what kind of Chinese? What kind of Chinese? Prostitute Chinese, right? Are using Asian way, innocent and simple manner, not South Asian, and try to get our family and relative as their boyfriend, girlfriend, or husband and wife. Do not blame us for not working for them as our manager. We have our own human right to turn down, not to work for lower races. It is for our generation and next generation. We can say out loud that how can we work for lower races? And they are a lot higher than lower races. You want to use the discrimination law and sue us, and we will take the violation of the law because of our future. Do not limit our generation and next generation future by giving the lower races our pettiness, understanding, and humanitarian to lower races. That pettiness, understanding, and humanitarian are our properties, and you cannot force us to give our properties by showing us the discrimination law and because of our paycheck and how we need to behave to the lower races. It is the same as teamwork, team player existed, and in reality, two eye for one employee or four eye for one employee only, and teamwork and team player are in the training video only. But Indian and African are taking advantages of us by pointing out that we did not do team player and teamwork with them because we look down on them. Thus, we discriminate to them. The same as customer service. In the customer service training video, the trainer speak very politely by showing courtesy, the same as nursing home way. And the performance want to take our points off if we did not behave the same as in the video. Moreover, we all know that Indian and African want customer services the same as South Asian nature. We are not insulting South Asian of the Vietnamese, Filipino, Thailand, and Myanmar. They are using sweet talk like Americanized way and they give their friendship way more over than American. But Indian and African want American and Chinese only. They want us to give friendly. They want us to give friendly the same as Southeast Asian people. Even American cannot give friendly like South Asian and do they want Chinese to give the same as a South Asian? Right? It is deported for Chinese the way Indian and African are asking customer services. For our customer service to lower risk customer. As an upper races, we do not want to give customer services to lower races. As an employee at work because of our paycheck. We all know that this is our pride and American are decade of state. And also, all lower races are lower for us. Thus, we have our own right to turn down, not to take customer service position. Now, cashier also need to fly with the lower risk customer. If they did not fly with the lower races, they got sued and got fired. If I use the word flood and my two extremities, but it is really happening at the grocery store. Not only African, but also Mexican, Indian, and forward people are using that way, except Chinese and Japanese. We cannot even take, even like I said, like Japanese are, some of the Japanese, not some, almost all the Japanese are included, the same like Korean right now. We cannot even take the cashier position at all and do not think about customer service position. As rich or upper race people, we do not want them to come and talk to us at work by using courtesy and politeness and make friends with us and greet with us at work because they shop at our store regularly, or wait until we come out from our area and greet with us. We requested not to greet us by waiting until we come out from area because they shop at our store regularly and they can take that. We did not want to greet them because we are higher than lower races. We all know that even they are customer for us, but they have inferiority and they wanted to talk to us as a friend or neighbor because of the American culture and American style. They are not assumed and they can use a discrimination law and sue on us. So my idea are from Democratic Party idea, Democrat Party idea. I'm asking help from the Congress. Illinois Senator Dick Durbin is a Democratic Party and Illinois 13th District Representative Ronnie Davis is a Republican. Representative Madison Cotton and Representative Peter Maya are Republican too. I think Republican and Democrat have area of the disagreement. We share all the same policy and priority. It is coming from the Democrat. If it is the fruit of a poisonous tree, it does mean that they have my colleague on the other side of the eye have their priority too. What am I writing about? I'm just copying some of the stuff from the Representative Peter Maya, the Facebook video. I mean, like, I'm just like, this is the same, like, I'm writing the English 102 paper. I just like copy like some of the stuff like when I look at online and then when I see like, oh, that sentence is really good, I just copy it. So what did I do? I think it's a Representative Peter Maya or someone like talk on a Facebook. If it is a poisonous tree, fruit of the poisonous tree, they have my colleague on the other side of their eye and they have their priority too. So it means like Representative Peter Maya speech, I copy it. So my point is like kind of like we are like Democrat and Republican are like they cannot work together because like this is like all of the idea from Democrat, right? I'm also Democrat. Not even like I don't have Democrat background. I told everyone that I'm from the Democrat Party, but even like Representative Peter Maya is on the Republican side. I was thinking like I should change to the Republican side, but like kind of like all the idea I got is from Democrat Party. So I'm changing party is like kind of like I just want to give the credit, right? So like that idea is from Democrat Party. So like I can be like Democrat side. I think I got like I finished this big pass or like until like everyone know like my idea are from Democrat. So I'm writing about like kind of like even like my idea is a Democrat side. Representative Peter Maya, he might need to just throw away my idea because he's a Republican side, right? And also like whenever he said like even like from his Facebook, he just like announced or he just like express his feeling or he just announced like what he want. I even ignore some of the stuff like it looked like I ignored and I didn't listen, like kind of like, oh, you are not supposed to break the discrimination law. I didn't listen. That kind of area, that kind of stuff. So we try to see where we can find those match, and the highlight is going to be the area of the disagreement. If it is a Democrat proposal, it go into the trash. If it is a Republican idea, it is fast track, right? I want to tell everyone in Congress and White House and all citizens that either Democrat idea or Republican idea, it doesn't matter for us. The most important thing is we need to have common ground level because politics are possible of the art and my discrimination solution are the best for the upper races and upper class rich people. We all know that discrimination is due to the rich people. Do not give bitterness to the poor people or lower races. My solution are the same as discrimination, and I cannot give bitterness, understanding, and humanitarian to the lower races as good-minded. And because I'm Chinese and American, I am Chinese because I'm Chinese. Because I'm Chinese, and also American afraid that I want to take because I'm Chinese, and also American afraid that American will be afraid that I want to take advantages on the American law and human rights. And they are afraid that who will take advantages on them too. So I got the idea from Trinity Lutheran Church when I tried to admit my sin to the pastor that I did not faithful to my going to be boyfriend because people will see me that I aim to get a white boyfriend instead of faithful to my going to be boyfriend. Jesus gave me an idea that my solution will solve the discrimination problem that we are facing in the US. And people can escape from discrimination lawsuit and unemployment. But Representative Peter Maya did not help me to pass my solution as amendment, and President Joe Biden ignored my proposal. Technically, he didn't ignore. When I write this one, I still didn't get his President Joe Biden reply. But finally, I got a President Joe Biden reply. I will video it and I will mention that one in the public. So like when I said like ignore at the time, please accept that one. You really ignore my proposal, President Joe Biden. I'm sorry, it's the truth. But finally, you didn't ignore and you read my proposal and you just reply me as a letter. Thank you. They all see me that I'm using a whole route and not to work for lower races by giving a nice excuse that by reducing unemployment rate and for our generation, next generation. Why didn't they take my solution to be an amendment? So it is not assumed, and I know that they saw me as a whole and not to work for lower races by giving a nice excuse. Or did they want to deny that they did not see me that way? Or did they think discrimination problem did not need to solve and let lower races win? Or did they think that lower races are poor and they need to get a humanitarian bitterness and understanding from upper races? Otherwise, they will not get chances to be the same level with the upper class. I did not want to be assumed. Why didn't they pass my solution? All of my ideas are from democratic people are trying to give me advice and they help me to find the ways to escape from the store system, right? From front end to control the whole system, the store management system, all manager wanted to be the manager of the all employee. The store friendly policy, store courtesy policy, team player, teamwork, equally treated, discrimination law, ethic, morals, performance oath, Congress oath, administrative oath, hypocritical oath, American culture, American generosity, American behavior, American manner. All that stuff, I cannot do it by myself. Without everybody's support, all of people from every aspect point of view, they give me their advices in my mind. Because of that one, I can write all the pages, I can write a lot of pages of the solution or discrimination lawsuit against the discrimination lawsuit or try to find a solution for both sides as a bipartisan approach. So because of them, I can write just big. Media freedom and freedom of speech, I can educate all citizens in the US that discrimination law to use correctly. I educate all employees to behave like the following. Even American and African saw me that I'm poor and almost homeless, but I behave like the upper class and very rich style. So they thought that I should not behave like rich and I should behave like homeless for them because I'm almost homeless. For my way, I changed to the formal relationship instead of the American way relationship because of the lower races want to take advantages on us. Not too friendly, not too sincerely. It looked like an isolation of the employee from lower races. I knew that my former relationship would squeeze lower races into the narrow area because they cannot do friendly with the upper races. Prevent friendly at the store. How to tell the differences between sincerely and not sincerely. Unnecessary talk will lead to the lawsuit because Indian and African are using discrimination law if they did not get a small talk, pet talk from us about races, voices and manner. I change voices and manner to the professional level. Instead of the American way talking and American way friendly, Indian and African are using Southeast Asian way talking friendly instead of the American way. All employees cannot behave like the way they wanted and lower races use discrimination law on us. I use voices and manner to change and not to give them the way they wanted. All I want from Congress and White House is to announce public all citizens that we cannot give equally treated the way lower races wanted, like a friend, friendly or friendly neighbor, like family or relative. All we can give is just a courtesy. But at work, we do not need to give a lot of courtesy. Courtesy are for social communication between friends only. Between friends only. In the community, for friends and family only. Okay? Oh, I'm finished like how African and all the lower races, African and all lower races. African and all lower races try to drag our face using all American woman power and their rich support. Thank you.